Alrighty, guys. G'day. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. We are back here for the next match set today of week 2 of the MechWarrior Championship Series. I am just call me Ash. If you didn't know the voice by now, you should. And today I have with me Mr. Stimrog.
Hello, hello. We will bring you
How
a
are you?
very exciting cast, even if some might think that Vile and FJRD aren't exactly evenly matched. I'm sure it'll be a nice game.
Yeah, look, I think it'd be quite good, quite fun, and quite interesting, actually. Now,
Yeah,
we've started a little bit early on purpose here today. The viewers at home might not be expecting what you and I are up to here, but we're going to do a little bit of a game review for your matches, mate.
sounds exciting. Yep. Especially the Narc
Good,
thing where you
good.
couldn't see it on stream.
Yeah, I'm keen to do that actually. So I'm gonna jump over to the map strat here, and maybe we go to now. What map is it? Oh, no, hang on. Someone is playing with my map strat. Give me 1 second. Now, if we go to what was it? Bear Claw. Now, can you run me through what was going on from your team's point of view here with the Mantra guys? I'll just sort of roughly draw where they sort of went with their main assault sort of pack
Sure.
here.
Could you quickly link me
And
in Discord the map room
that's
so I
right.
can also
Yeah,
look at it?
yeah. 1 moment, and bring that up on the lovely stream there as well. So yeah, if you, sort of where their assaults went sort of out through the sort of the Kappa region and then came back through like the low ground Data 4, Echo 4,
Yeah.
like yeah, what was going on from your team's point of view? Where were the narcs? Yeah, run us through it.
Yeah. So basically, the general gist was what is happening just a bit, because I was scouting a lot. That helped. And we had presence around the map. We were not surrounded in a corner or anything. But we were kind of worried all the time because we couldn't understand fully what's happening for quite some time since their assaults were staying low. We, of course, never saw the executioner before the late engagement.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and their lights were kind of cagey. Kappa was definitely off limits. It's way too hidden, and we don't have the info of their lights. Um, Quite early, I actually called that, guys, you need to be careful of this kind of strat where they leave assaults on caps as an ambush. That's a very like dangerous strat employed by some teams in the past
yeah. I
since we
kind of thought
couldn't
they were
scout
waiting
ourselves.
on the Sigma, like that's where the XE was going, right? He was going
Right.
to sit up here to overwatch Sigma, and then it dropped down. I'm thinking, okay, there's something going on here. I just can't work out. Like, yeah,
Right. And because we had Theta, Epsilon, and Gamma, the kind of the obvious choice for them is to go around Gamma with a wolf pack. Not to send a single light there, because that would be risky for them. So we kind of thought maybe they'll just hit Gamma hard at some point. Uh,
hmm
During the mid game, I just jumped around Theta, tried to narc things. I narked the assault down low in Echo 4, as you probably guessed, or did guess in the stream.
Yeah. I saw it stop, and I was like, hang on a minute,
Right.
something fishy's going on. Why is he stopped? Why is the push stopped for nearly?
Right.
I reckon nearly 30 seconds in the end. It was.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
assault,
Okay.
the Atlas just said, "Oh fuck this, I'm gonna power down. See you later."
Yeah, something had to have gone on to kind of stall
Mhm.
that push a little bit because it was like, oh geez, hang on, and then yeah, they kind of all started to group up, and I think also that the mantra sort of lights the Wolfpack sort of went sort of down, but then they had to come backwards as a result of it because the assaults were stuck in this Delta 4 Delta 5 point for such a
Mhm.
long time due to the narc. I think maybe that up again without talking to them. I don't know, but sort of theorizing that could maybe slow them down a little bit on their actual plan because well, you know what their plan was. You can see it. You're going to be ready for it. You know.
Yes. Yeah, that's what helped us. So two things. One is the scouting, both by some of our guys on Gamma side, some on Sigma and me in the mid center map, jumping and narking, plus kind of like laid back positions for our assaults. And those two together kept us sort of happy and content on sitting on 3 caps. Let's see what they do now, because this is the best we can do, honestly, at this point. And I didn't see, like, I couldn't identify anything super cohesive from them. Their wolf pack moved around dangerously, and we just have to stay clear of that. But otherwise, we didn't really have like a massive insight on, oh, they're going to do exactly this soon or exactly that, because their assault stayed low for quite some time. So if they were cohesive from their point of view, we couldn't identify it very early.
And then, just sort of you had that 3 cap with Epsi, Theta, and Gamma. And then when their sort of assaults pushed up, I think 3 of your pack, 3, maybe 4 of your wolf pack kind of went and got their butts and kind of really stopped that assault push up that ramp towards Theta. Good and
Yes.
proper.
Yes. So yeah, that was actually, we
Yeah.
just debriefed a moment ago, and that was one of the things we mentioned. Like, the enemy team in the end died faster than we had anticipated because we had so many back shots. I think I finished 2 mechs from behind, or a light and an assault or something, and then somebody else got some back shots as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely that positioning cost them a bit more there.
All right. Well, let's quickly jump over to a quick Terra, because again,
Yep.
that was a busy game. You're going to have to draw that from your point of view, because there was a lot going on there for what you see versus what us casters see. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely a little bit different.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, so it was similar to what we've seen before from DSC, right? We had Gamma capped early and then heavy presence towards Sigma side early. Let's see, one sec.
Yep.
So kind of like this, red arrows.
Yep.
And then
Heavy left side. Yeah, I knew when you guys Charlie Bravo, it's like you're
Mhm.
definitely taking that left side. You know what I mean? You are not putting one guy in Alpha, which is probably you, and that's it. Doesn't make any sense.
Correct. And after Gamma, from my point of view, when I went to like Hotel 7-ish, like this, I saw the Viper and something else from Theta kind of approaching. So at that point, I was like, okay, I'm definitely not going to do anything else here because I think they know what the Spider already does. They've seen this before, and they do want to cut me off. So at that point, I kind of chilled. And the guys Sigma side kept pushing, and at some point, it was like, oh, they have Lerms. Oh, they have Narc. And that's when, like, I felt it important to say to everyone that, okay, like, chill. This is more psychological than actual strategic, like, damage or something that is going to destroy this strat we're trying to execute.
Well,
So
like
if
I
they
said,
had,
it's the stinky spider, man. It's the
know,
stinky spider, right? You got to be
it's
careful with
fine.
that thing. It's such a pain in the fucking ass.
Oh
Pain in
yeah,
the ass, right? It really is. Just
yeah. The summoner was heavily loaded with Lerms. I think it had like 5 launchers or something, 15s and 20s. So definitely dangerous.
5 15s.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay. Yep.
heaps. Yeah, it was a lot. I was like, oh wow. I was like, oh wow,
Yeah.
that is a lot.
That was very, very strong of them because they took lots of high positions and their wolf pack was there helping as well. So from my point of view, I was like, well, if my guys can kind of survive this, then good on them. But I wasn't counting on it. That was something kind of new we haven't seen much before, like Lerms plus heavy wolf pack over Fox 6. So let me draw that.
Yeah, well, yeah, they were sort of up there quite heavily, and then their assaults were sort of down here in that region, and
Yeah.
rounding out to that Echo Sig. What happened there? That was probably a pretty big one where I think it was
Hello.
Hollow. Yeah, came round that corner. Like, did you guys
Mhm.
not know they were there, or what was going on with that bit there? That was
Uh,
interesting. I was
looking at it in debriefing, they knew their stuff over there. Hollow was backed up by other mechs, but I personally I'd say he just by an inch he overextended, I think.
Oh,
It
okay.
ended up baiting the enemy a bit though, as you could see.
It
They
did. Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering what happened. Like, was it we didn't see it, or it was again just mistimed or something? Similar. Again, and those sort of mistakes happen. Like one guy's, and all it can be right is 10 meters further
Mhm.
forward around a corner than another guy, and then oh shit, oh
Mhm.
you're out of Overwatch, you're out of my cover.
Correct, yeah.
Um, yeah, and that's what happened.
Hard
So
to say because I was running rectangles on the other side of the world, but how I felt they felt, my teammates, I think they just felt confident.
yep. Well, fair enough. I mean, you were 2-0 at that point. I'd be feeling a bit happy in the pants too by that point. Oh, we got this.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter what we're going to do. We are going to send deliverance essentially.
Right, and I'm not sure if it was that at that point, but at some point I did call like, okay, I'm pulling aggro at Data because I capped Data, and they have to answer to that. Maybe that prompted something. I can't remember the sequence of things, but there was definitely other things occupying the opponent's minds. So maybe they thought they could approach our guys thought maybe they could approach that corner more.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was good. That was interesting. You know what? We should have started earlier because we could
Oh
probably
yeah,
keep
we
talking
should.
for another 10 minutes. But let's let's get this map ban underway. I'm gonna flick over to that, and we will. Yeah, let's get these games started. The guys, the team leaders
Let's
are
go.
in the lobby here, ready to go. And yeah, well, let's see what they ban and what they don't, what side they want, what side they don't want. There's a bit of the lobby meta game here. Is that a thing that you guys sort of talk about internally? You know, like, oh, we want to try and do the vote this way, that way.
Oh yeah, definitely. Map banning, sides, all of that, all the way down to like what lances are the opponents using and so on, and what lances are we
Yeah,
using.
well, yeah. Lance is definitely definitely a good giveaway. In against some teams, I mean, other teams no, but when like a mantra, you're like, okay, these guys are definitely in this weight class generally and do these kinds of things. Like, oh, okay, that Lance is there. That's very telling.
Mm-hmm.
For a more sort of vanilla-ish kind of setup and map. Again, like HPG doesn't matter too much.
Oh, actually,
Fog
that
doesn't matter.
HPG. We
Oh,
actually correctly identified something, and by
oh
we
yes.
I mean me. But yes, they didn't start more than one mech. It was Dared, I think in Alpha or whatever it is, on the south side of
Yes.
HPG next to the right side
Yes.
ramp. And that means it's a light going for a cap, and there are no high wall snipers on that side. And that's what we saw
That's
already at the lobby.
exactly what I picked up too during the cast,
Nice.
mate. I was like, hang on, there's someone in Charlie Lance. There's no assault holding that ramp. Something is going on.
Oh yeah. That was, they showed their hand there a bit.
Yep. Oh,
And
geez,
yeah.
we've just got two map picks really quickly. I wasn't paying attention because we're too busy talking shit.
Yep.
Let me just bring up the other screen here. So Visigoths picked Terra for their third. Let me just catch up on the log here as to what happened. Okay, Bear Claw. FJRD picked Bear Claw first. Vigilance picked Frozen. Second, Terra was picked third.
Then
HPG
HPG.
fourth. And that'll bring us to the bog pile last.
Let's hope
Now,
it
we're just
goes
going to see
that
what.
far. That'll be interesting if it happens.
Yeah, if it gets to Bog. Bog is a strange map. So is Terra, actually. Terra's a weird map, too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So these guys aren't mucking around. For drop one, it is FJRD on team one. On drop two, Frozen, it is Vile on team one. That's you definitely want team one on Frozen. Definitely a good little advantage there. Okay. Look, some teams play quite well from team two as well, depending on your strat and what you're doing. So there is that. Terra, we've got team one for FJRD again. Oh man, it's gonna be so much lobby swapping going on. Oh Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Vile on team two for HVG. Mamma mia. Oh goodness me. And then team two for Vile on Viridian Bog. Good to go then. All right.
Yep.
While
Let's
these
get the
guys are
players
getting
in.
into into the lobby and everything. Let's go to Bear Claw. What do you think we're going to see? What do you think, mate?
Okay, let's see. Bear Claw team 1 will be FJRD, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so Bear Claw can be played range or brawly, but FJRD must know that Vile has some of the best traders at long range. They, of course, cannot rely on beating Vile at range. So if I was FJRD, I would probably go and get me a deck with lots of mid-range vomit or just pure brawl and some mid-range approach mechs. I'm thinking, without knowing FJRD's kind of favorite picks, I'm thinking Longbow, maybe Kolos, maybe even a Kodiak Spirit Bear if they're cheesy or cheeky. They're probably, if they're smart, I think they'll send a heavy Wolfpack Kappa first, hoping to catch something off Vile. Although I think Vile won't send anybody to Kappa because it's so risky. But that's what I would do as an FJRD. As FJRD, going hard on Theta early as FJRD is risky because they know Vile will have presence there, and just putting your lights in a shooting gallery is a recipe for failure. So I'm sure they might try some cap gaming, just see how it starts. Maybe Kappa, Sigma, maybe Epsi, but that's super scary as well against Vile as FJRD. So I'm thinking both teams will take 2 caps. Vile will establish like a significant presence in the mid center around Theta, and then we'll see what happens from there. FJRD should push fast before Vile gets the to control the map.
Are you drawing on the map? I can't see anything.
I'm not actually. Should I?
Oh yeah. You're drawing on the map. I was waiting for the. I thought it
I'm
was
drawing
just
on my
lagging
in
on
my mind.
end.
Isn't that enough? Let's see.
No, we need arrows and squiggles and circles and
Squiggles,
colors.
here you are.
All that sort of stuff. All right.
Okay. Vile Charlie Lance, red arrow,
Yep.
Epsilon Overwatch,
There
and
we
the
go.
7-line long line Overwatch. Then something more here. That's probably an assault, and then they might send somebody to just scout in Golf 3, maybe. Yeah, and then somebody from Bravo and or Charlie to near Theta. Like this. Probably if they do the same thing as before, it might be Bowser and a Piranha. Which is risky, but he has the skill to pull it off, so.
Yeah, the old high risk, high reward, right? Like,
Mhm.
if you can work it, you are going to be absolutely rewarded, massively so.
Yeah.
Ooh, you reckon FJRD? Ooh, okay, and the Kappa push.
I think so. I think it'll
Ooh.
it'll be similar to what Mantra just did against us in the previous game.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Risky. I think Kappas are very, very risky when you've got Team Two specifically, Vile as Team Two,
Mhm.
because you've got that easy, generally a little bit easier to watch sort of on that theta from a few angles as well, and you can get in and out of that. Let me just put a little lovely green circle. You can kind of watch from this corner. Um, and watch down that lane pretty easily too, or from
Mhm.
even further back um, over here early again. You can watch down that entire line. So you can also, you know what you can do if you're Vile.
Yep.
You can send a little dude up here, easily see a quick. You got vision all the way down this
Indeed.
end of the map, and yeah, very 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 strong.
Yeah.
So
This one of
we will see.
Yeah, this is
We
one
will
of those
see.
maps where you can brawl. It will be scouted early, most likely, but you have
Yes.
average cover, even decent cover.
And the other one here, say that FJRD sort of go a something like this, or
Mhm.
some sort of brawl in this department.
Yep.
If you're Vile, you can just keep sort of moving around and wrapping as long as you're aware of it, and basically do what you guys did, and then pop your wolf pack in the butt as they go around, essentially in reverse. But basically, if you mirror it,
Yeah,
you can essentially do a very, very similar thing
that is definitely a
if you're
possibility.
coordinated
Yeah.
enough. Mm.
So actually, that brings to mind if FJRD have like 2000 IQ plays, they might make a fake rush and then take 3 caps.
Okay.
That's one way
Okay.
to
Yeah,
destabilize very high end teams.
I think that's another thing that some teams, when they are brawling, a brawling or a brawl push or an aggressive push isn't necessarily just commit and suicide your mechs. If you've suddenly pushed the enemy into a somewhat unfavorable position, or they have to rotate or reposition themselves, you can sit on a 3 or even potentially a 4 cap, sink an extra 50, 60 tickets into your bank account. Why not?
Mhm.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Not at all.
Now,
Massive
just
pressure.
very quickly looking at the Lancers here. FJRD are heavy, Charlie Bravo. There's only a couple of guys locked into Alpha, and I believe it's the lighter guys. So, yeah, I think we're seeing something in this department, mate. I think it's definitely coming. Now we've got Vile setting up only one in the Alpha here, by the looks of things, unless there's a last minute swap, and everybody else is again Bravo Charlie. So, yeah, I think we're going to see something in this department from Vile, or Dubik's maybe doing some scouting early to see if they are coming, like we sort of said earlier, down that side, down that line. Yeah.
So yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
Looking at win and lose conditions, I think one thing I'll be watching closely early on for Vile is if Dubix goes to Kappa and gets caught. That's one danger.
Yep.
You see Charlie lands on Vile heavy with Chimera, Lizzie. That means it's going to be 2 assaults, most likely on the FC side. That red arrow I drew to Golf 7 there. And then, let's see. Oh, Bowser is not in, actually. So that's interesting.
Bowser's away this weekend.
Yeah, he is. Okay, yeah, true. Okay, I just saw that. Okay, well, then that means their light pack is even weaker than last time.
Oh, and just quickly, before we launch, I'll just show the tonnage here. 465 for FJRD, something I was not paying attention to.
Ooh.
That's quite light. That is quite light, and that's generally...
You know what that means?
What that means. Yeah, we do.
Okay,
you're not bringing the heavy 100-ton traders.
Yes. Okay, this is interesting because... One sec, I need to switch.
Yep. I'm just flicking over as well.
So, very light on FJRD side, that means it's going to be a rush. And no Bowser this weekend. Their Wolfpack might be weaker because of that. If FJRD makes... Or rather, let's put it this way. Their win condition is to make very strong, very confident pushes straight off the bat and hope it works. Catch them, catch Vile off guard. What were the buttons again? Q, backspace, tab.
I use the mouse buttons, so with the P. But yeah, tab.
Oh yeah.
And Q. And backspace as well. Now, where am I going to go? I'm going to go off to Team 1 when they land. While I zoom across the map here, we've got a Shadowcat, a Deathstrike, Fleas, and Cheetah. Now, Arctic Cheetah. Interesting. An SR, Stone Rhino 1, Ice Ferret, Viper, and an Exie. Okay, I have to check the Deathstrike build. If it is ER large, this is an interesting lance setup here from FJRD. What do you got on the red side over there, sir?
Let's see. So Vulcan on Dubix. That's like quite a tanky pseudo light, and then Celestin a Locust. Mad Cat 2, Stone Rhino XE, Crusader 60. That's a Vile staple. Flea as well. Shadowcat the usual. So a kind of standoffish light lance. Not too brawly, not too strong in a brawl at all.
Okay. Well, we've got a basically just a 2 ER large, 2 Gauss Deathstrike, and just a pile of ER medium. So not really a trader, more of a kind of a semi-mixed bag. And the Executioner only has 2 ER larges. That's it. And then the rest is all the red lasers. So
the 2 fleas meeting in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like an aggressive push here, but they're kind of also not set up to be an aggressive push because of a lot of ER larges. So, look, I don't know how this is going to play out yet, but FJRD are straight up to Theta. And they've got 2 a Kappa, by the way. So Dubix didn't even go there.
Yeah, he's just checked it out and then left.
At all. Yeah. Well, it's now the denial of Theta game that is being played here. As Vile have got some guys up there on both those rocks there. Again, easy looking towards Theta. Very easy control there. FJRD sent 2 guys out to Kappa, have taken that. And in the meantime, who is off here doing light mech business? It is Mr. Seleth in the Locust, who will spot the Deathstrike, who is sitting all the way back here with 2 ER large, 2 Gauss, and is going to be easily out-traded by Lizzie without having the extra 2 ER large there. Now, in the meantime, though, Seleth has spotted him and is harassing him, and that has now drawn the Shadowcat away from the fight back to help the Deathstrike. What else are we seeing? Oh, now the Arctic Cheetah is actually SRMs. I forgot to tell you that earlier. And the Ice Ferret is small red lasers. So FJRD trying to do a
Artillery Hamster's legged on Theta from FJRD.
Oh,
he also
really?
lost an arm. Yep. He's got gotten mowed up by the Vile Overwatch and these ever-encroaching Crusader 60, and Shadowcat will be threatening him soon.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that flea, the 19 mag shot flea will finish him off. Now, Vile has started to rotate around the outside here, as we kind of said, and now they've got some really good range. And that flea, losing that flea, which they're about to do, is going to hurt. I feel like maybe FJRD tried to too much to take the Theta here. It should have just given it up. And
They
as a
do lead
result,
with the 3
Flea,
cap now, though. That's awesome for them.
yeah, Flea is the cost of war. But you've also got Sigma now being retaken, I believe, by Selith. Now, you got Andy here. What is it in the AC-10s? I think that's about 900 meters. AC-10's plasma's kind of not doing much and taking a lot of damage in return for that as well. Ooh. But in the meantime, though, we've got the Vol Wolfpack-ish moving up on the left side here. How do FJRD react to this?
Vile retaking Sigma.
Okay. Yeah, Vol's starting to move around the back end of the map too, up the top end of the airport. And they've kind of got this Overwatch thing through the channel here. So as they come back, as FJRD come back, Vol are going to have some good shots. Now, FJRD have regrouped. It looks like this might be, they've been sort of aggravated here by the Vile pack here. I think they've got to push this corner. They're going to have to because they're going to get locked in. Andy just got absolutely smacked. Just lost half his mech there, I think, by Lizzie again. And Chimera, you can't cross there now. Andy is completely isolated. FJD have to push now on this left side. They're going to lose another mech otherwise because Andy's about to go down. That'll be 2 mechs.
Vile's Crusader 60 legged on the corner.
Yep. Yeah, Mr. Derek there is going to have to come back very, very quickly. How is... the Deathstrike here is quite weak. Arctic Cheetah. Arctic Cheetah's legged.
Yeah, now's the time to push. Vile was very busy on Theta with Andy's Stone Rhino. Chimera's XC is almost legged as well.
Yeah, there was 3 mechs there. Actually, yeah, trying to deal with that one with one Andy. That took them a little while to sort out. But I think FJD not being quick enough, Vile now have a very good cross section here. Lizzie's super, super fresh. Derek being very careful with that leg. Ice Ferret legged as well. Bang. Okay, Shadowcat goes down. Ice Ferret is legged. Ice Ferret did get a kill on MechWarrior numbers.
Yes.
Now the numbers not going in FJD's favor right now. They are 2 mechs left. The Arctic Cheetah is legged. Oh, Viper just got hammered. I saw Chimera shoot him and he kind of just died really quickly. I didn't see what happened. And that is going to be a 7-1 out of the blocks here for Vile. I'm going to update the scoreboard if you would like to go through some damage numbers.
Yes. Okay, I'll go through the damage numbers first. So, and then the reason for those later on. Okay, so from the Vile side, Lizzie farming at 738 damage with his Stone Rhino 6, 2 kills. Kind of very good damage all around. Even the lights, the Vulcan Flea averaging or getting 200 to 400 damage. Mad Cat 2, 374 damage. Didn't get the farm, but definitely did get to impact the game just as well. Selith's harassment bringing him to 235 damage. On the FJRD side, the Flea getting legged early didn't help, so he's down to 27 damage. Top damage is Mad Cat 2 at 284. And everything else is less. So I was going to say just a moment ago there that in the mid game, before either side lost any mechs, you could see that Vile was staying very healthy. Most mechs at over 90%, many of them over 95 even, while FJRD's mechs were already touching the yellows and 70s and 80s. And that's a clear sign of kind of just aiming skill-ish, position skill, impact there, because they have been trading. Both sides have been shooting at each other, but if one side goes down to 70s and one side goes down to 90s or 95s, that means the damage is not effective from the other side. It might be a wider effect or a wider thing, not just the Flea, but the Flea had an inferior build, right? Because Vile's Flea had 8 mag shots. That's very powerful in an urban environment that we just saw. Lots of cover. Horizontal cover, while FJRD's Flea had small pulses, which is an old meta Flea build, but it doesn't help when you have quick peaks at longer ranges. I didn't get to look too much at the other FJRD builds, so I'm not sure if it's the builds or the players, but they definitely could not bring the same damage to bear as Vile did.
I'm going to go with a build issue predominantly there. Deathstrike with just 2 ER large, 2 Gauss is not going to beat 6 ER large, right? Like it's kind of undergunned. and the Executioner only had 2 ER large. So again, that's where you're seeing that bleeding constantly when you're trading at range. When you're dealing far less damage, you're always going to be taking more. So yeah, I think that was maybe, yeah, if you're gonna go ER large, go heavier, or you're gonna go rangy, go heavier into it and bring some backups, but not the other way around. More backups, less range, kind of doesn't work. It's like
Did
bringing
you?
2 ER large is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you say the Madcap 2 was 2 Gauss, 2 ER large?
Yeah, and just the mediums, which again
Okay,
at
okay, okay.
800 meters
Yeah.
trading against Lizzie in a 60 large stone rhino, it's not
Yeah.
gonna, you're gonna lose
They
you're gonna
are
lose your armor.
already fighting an uphill battle here, so gimping yourself in the mech lab definitely will make it even harder.
Mm-hmm. Now, map strat for Frozen, because these guys are already getting into it, and we have swapped them up. Would you like to go through what we're gonna have coming here?
Okay, let's see. Yeah, Team 2, FJRD. I see. So Team 1 has the sort of historically, statistically rangy side, because people just love to set those mechs up at Delta 5 on that small hill, and then maybe cross over to Echo 4 if they feel the need. Team 2 either face kind of a fast rush through Sigma and the Kappa side, so the left side, or maybe even through the Canyon. That's an old strat. So Theta in the middle, you can rush over Theta and straight into Delta 5 if you're rushing. But if they opt for range, then they kind of have to spread around Gulf 6. Oh, I have to draw again, don't I? One second.
Yes. I was gonna remind you. Don't forget to doodle. Very important to doodle.
Yes, indeed. So here, let's go to
There we
range
go.
positions first for FJRD. So they can set up like this. Maybe like this, and maybe one more here. So you kind of want to have all those angles to pressure Delta 5 from Vial, which would be here, as you would say, and then another ranged mech maybe here and here. Now, the thing here is, so if we assume that both teams play kind of chill and they don't rush, looking at the last game, FJRD's movements were a bit too slow, or they were actually very slow. They would have had a better chance if they just quickly committed to those fights, especially when Andy was fighting off 3 mechs on Theta in his Stone Rhino alone.
Yeah.
That means the enemy has 3 mechs less elsewhere, so they could have rushed the 7v5 real fast on the left side and not let Vial reinforce that side. Same thing applies here. If you're going to rush, you have to make it very fast. But
Well, the Crusader was leg too, right? So
right.
again, if you're going to go around, the Crusader's already legged. You're kind of up, well, not half a mech, but you can finish off the rest of that leg. Well, relatively quick kill potentially.
Correct, and that means the enemy cannot move away easily if they want to shield that Crusader, which is an important asset. So let's say, since FJRD was kind of cagey there, let's say they won't rush here as well. They will take Sigma and Kappa, and they will fight for Theta.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Lancers here very quickly. It's only 1 in Alpha, so yeah, like you said, for Vial here, it's B and C stacked pretty heavy. It's going to be in this department here, and sort of through here. And well, look, there might be some Kappa business going. Oh, goodness, wrong color. There might be some Kappa business. We'll have to wait and see. Because again, they're Bravo Charlie, so you could send your Wolfpack there conceivably. But looking at FJRD,
Exactly.
they're mostly locked in. And where are they, sir?
They are in Bravo and Charlie, and you know what that means. So this is bad.
They
Kind of.
are all Bravo Charlie.
Right.
Nothing.
This is bad.
Nothing.
They're kind of already
Alpha.
telling Vile, guys, we are not going to rush and take Sigma and Kappa. We are probably going to rush right side. This is kind of bad showing the hand to Vile, unless it's some 1000 IQ play where they actually do take Sigma and Kappa and just have to run a bit longer and further. Oh.
No.
No, they switched?
No,
Okay.
no,
Excellent. Good job, FJRD. That would have been scary.
They've only got 2 minutes left, so no. Now we're seeing an adjustment, keeping us casters on our toes.
Yes.
They are now Alpha Bravo at the moment and starting to lock in. That was
Okay.
a very quick move, so
Oh, yes.
maybe they were a bit confused of what side they're on, or maybe they're playing some lobby mind games, like
Caster
one or
mind
the other.
games.
But yeah, caster mind games. Yeah, keep an eye. Don't worry about your opposition. Just keep them casters busy, And
So, yeah.
they're both at 480 tons, both locked in, both ready to go.
Yeah,
Let's
okay.
hit it, man. Let's go.
Oh, give me just 1 second or a thought. So I think FJRD goes for the ranged play, not just because their lances are Alpha and Bravo, but because they see that mech warrior numbers is the only mech in Alpha going for Gamma and Epsilon. So they don't have anything to catch on the Epsi side. So like, there's no
nothing,
reason to.
really.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Oh, there's no reason to send anything towards that side either, and then
Right.
potentially be caught out yourself there at
Mhm.
Kappa. You know, like a bit of a bait potentially too. That I've seen some teams from Team 2 send 2 or 3 mechs to Epsi, their light pack, and then all of a sudden they kind of get swarmed from that upper city region, and then you're like, oh shit, now we're down a mech from trying to go to Epsi from Team 2.
Right. You want your initial moves to have as much value as possible. So caps and or early catches. If you only get one, then it's not as good.
Right. Oh, sorry. Team 1. I'm going to go have a look at Team 1 and see what we have over here. Although Battlemaster 1G, Executioner, and SR6, that's all large predominantly. Incubus probably going to be beams, I imagine, with the 5
Yes.
over the Saber. Again, Shadowcat, Crusader, Flea, Vulcan, all standard builds. As we were sort of saying earlier, a lot of the builds in this tournament are actually rather generic compared to past seasons. Everyone is kind of bringing very, very
Agreed.
similar mechs this year, which is,
Oh.
yeah, not all that interesting in some ways. Now, it comes down to,
All right.
In the other way, it's raw skill, right?
Yeah. Yes. FJRD quickly opting to rush their fast lance into the canyon or just over it. It looks like into the canyon. This looks like a canyon push, but it's weird because they still have 2 mechs X. Oh, right. They have the Overwatch here at the ship. And yes, this is. I love the strat. I love the strat. They go all the way.
Oh, it's brawling. Linebacker is SRMs and small pulse.
Ice Ferret, Brawly, Hellfire.
On the Hellfire, yep. Yeah, it's a full-on brawl here from, well, not all of them. Just
they have to keep going. They have to push. They can't stay here. This is the first mistake to make. Don't stay. You have to push. Excellent.
Oh, and we got, again, it's the XT's got 2 ER large, and we've got the weird Kolos ER large thing with Gauss. I don't know what's going on there. I guess got the mask, right? But they're in. FJRD are in. Andy and the Hellfire has already been legged. Absolutely shredded there. That was very, very quick. I think, yeah, because you said they sort of kind of stopped, right? Derek is legged as well.
It's fine, though.
Yep, Derek is legged. He has to shield that, or he's going to be in big trouble. And the fight is on. Oh, my goodness.
The focus on Lizzie, Stone Rhino 6. He's going to get legged fast. Oh, wow. He died very fast.
Shut down.
And he goes down, but that's irrelevant. Revan goes down.
Yeah, they're trying to leg Chimera now. They're on his legs.
Nice.
Jubix has been legged as well. Derek dies.
So dirty.
This is all over the
messy,
place.
Yes.
Messy. Yeah. Linebacker is legged as well. They're piling into Deus over the back there. Selithus finishes off Arthur. The only problem is now they're completely out of range of the Kolos because he stopped moving up. So the advantage that FJRD have, they've kind of given it up by now being a mech down across the map. Oh no, Deus blew himself up though.
It's actually quite close. Very close for FJRD.
Yeah, because I mean, Dubix is one shot. Oh, Shred Metal in the Viper though is taken out.
Yes.
Oh no, that's
nice try.
That's the pivot point there, I think. Yeah, I didn't realize Shred Metal was legged.
I think they had
Eco Ninja here. Yeah, you're right.
I think they had 1 mech too little in the push, and they slowed down. I think they could have won if they just converted, say, this Kolos into something else. Like a, I don't know.
Yeah.
Spirit Bear. Even that would have been nice.
Hey, why not? Spirit Bear, right? Like, it's...
Yeah, anything that can keep up and just tank and share the armor with the other guys. This was really well executed. Otherwise, the slowdown is what cost them the map. If they just pushed fully, then Vile couldn't have shot them as long here or as early as possible.
And see what I'm doing here, I'm sitting where all the dead bodies are, basically level with the terrain, and you can see why essentially the Kolos kind of, well, the FJRD pushed so far past that Kolos, he really couldn't do anything. Like, look where all these bodies are. He was just completely out of range. So
correct.
I guess about a third of the way, roughly through the brawl, maybe halfway through the brawl, FJRD were essentially a mech down. Having that Kolos, just
yes.
Again, different mech I think would have been better for sure, like you said.
Yeah, you have to have at least 7 mechs in this push, and you have to do it right away. I love this move. I've done it plenty of times before, and it's very efficient. I bet
Yep.
that it gave Vile a scare there. Vile's going to
I
say,
think
no,
it
no,
would
no,
have.
we're not scared, but it's 3 guys left after a 6-man push.
Yep. Yep.
That's
I
awesome.
agree. Completely agree. That would have kept Vile absolutely on their toes. I want to run through some damage numbers there. Oh my god.
You go ahead. So, yeah.
Okay. Yep. So we got the lights actually doing the bulk of the work here. The Flea and the Incubus for Vile 524. Sorry, 516, and Shadowcat 443. MechWarrior numbers was basically completely fresh at the end of the game, keeping that distance with that AP Gauss plasma mech. The Hellfire getting shredded on the way across. The Sacrificial Lamb of 11 damage. How many panic buttons is that? I forget. And then yeah, the Exy again just getting shredded there on the way in as well. But a good, otherwise decent roundup of damage there. The Kolos ending up with 300, but I feel like if FJRD were just on the other side of it again and brought a different mech, that like we kind of said, could have been a very very different output there. But yeah, look, Vile Assaults got annihilated very very quickly. There was no mucking around there from
Yeah.
FJRD.
Imagine if that Exy was with the push and the Kolos was a Spirit Bear. Just all 8 mechs lumbering down. They can leg that Hellfire. That's fine. It's still 7 Brawl mechs in their face. That's why this push works if you correctly execute it.
Yeah, it actually wouldn't matter. You're going to lose a mech in
Yes.
that brawl push, but at the same time, all of those guys with their ER larges are heating themselves up, right? They're having to drop
Correct.
cool shots, they're
They
on
won't have the
cooldown.
DPS.
Exactly. On to the map strat. What happened for us very quickly there for the viewers at home?
Yeah, one sec. I'll just get
Yep.
rid of this whole stuff. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm just doing the lobby resetosaurus game right
Yes.
now. Just give me a
So
moment.
basically, FJRD pushed down the Theta lane as I kind of hoped. I mentioned it, but I wasn't sure if they were going to do it, of course. But I'm glad they did, because that strat is something that should be shown to everyone. Every kind of team I've coached or been in, if I present this strat, the first reaction is usually like, I don't know. I'm not sure about that, because it is a scary push, honestly. You're walking down the middle
It is.
against a firing line. But that is what separates good brawling teams from great brawly teams or rushy teams. Because
Yep.
once you understand and accept that, okay, you're going to lose 1 mech, maybe even 2 mechs on the push. But if the end result is you have 6 brawl mechs in the face of 8 mechs, part of which are ER large mechs fully heated, you're going to win if you play decently and are at least somewhat on par in skill.
The other thing as well, if you do say get legged in the Hellfire and then you immediately shield it, it becomes quite difficult then, and the other guys are going to waste maybe an extra 3, 6, 8, 9 ER large burn potentially if you're shielding very, very well.
Correct.
Then again, it's just all about denying that heat, well, not denying the heat cap, but filling the heat bars up. And then when you get into the fight, like you said, if there was just 2 more mechs there, I think FJRD could have taken that.
I would have loved to see that, because it would have been an upset, and I love upsets. Unless I'm the target of the upset, of course.
Now, let's move over to Terra Firma. FJRD are on the Team 1 side. What do you think they're going to produce in this game?
Okay, so I was corrected. I thought they would be KG because they were KG on the first try. But the second try was just the boldness we need here. As everybody could see, that boldness, even if not, I would say if not well executed, it still brought Vile down to 3 mechs, of which most were lights or mediums, I think. Shadowcats and so on. The Incubus set it farming with the beams and light machine guns. So if they keep that direction, Terra Firma is definitely brawl rushable. And from Team 1, FJRD could do this. Let's see.
Well, they're locked into their Lancers already, mate. So it's Alpha,
nice.
Bravo, Heavy, Bravo, and Charlie, basically. Bravo, Charlie, predominantly. No, very light on the Alpha, and I don't think it's their big players, their big mech players. So, yeah, there you go.
Okay, that looks like it's not a rush. It's too spread. It looks like we're going to take initial caps and then see what happens. It can still be a rush, but they're definitely not tipping their hand yet. Let's see. So Charlie lands. We'll take Epsi. And the Alpha, of course, Sigma. Bravo has 4 mechs with Revan, Noblest, System Matrix, and Andy. Andy plays Assaults. So it looks like this. kind of a very normal strat. Take side caps, converge to theta, see what happens.
Yeah.
Maybe like this. I'll have to look what Vile promises sort of here before I know how FJRD is going to do in the mid game.
Yeah, that's
or
what.
can
Yeah,
guess.
same thing. What Lance's Vile going to pick, I think, will be also one of those interesting. Is it going to be like the Charlie Bravo, which is generally that left side hold, or is it more sort of Bravo Alpha? Which is actually quite telling on this map. Again, for players
Yes.
and teams with how they want to do things.
They pretty much. I think they're going to put Saleth in Alpha because he kind of plays the same role as I do usually, but I don't know. We'll see if they do that. Of course, they will take Gamma, Kappa as home caps. But the thing is, how like they will from Kappa and Gamma, they can scout Theta and kind of the Sigma side, and from that information they can deduce pretty much what FJRD is doing because they aren't
You
gonna.
can see quite easily too from that Kappa side with just a jumpy mech. You've got very, very long sight lines, and you know whether they're coming early or not, essentially. And yeah, if you're bringing heavy traders, or you're bringing more sort of heat efficient DACA sort of stuff, DACA is good on a map like this. If you're getting pushed, do you, as Vile, think, okay, well, FJRD was super aggro that game. They ate a lot of our heat bars. Are we going to bring something a little bit more in that, that DACA plasma region, which is very strong right now?
So, okay, if we want to have a guessing game here, looking at the newly formed lances, they have mech warrior numbers. Oh, Saleth and Charlie as well.
I'll flick over. Yeah.
Okay, I see. That looks heavy on the... just Lizzie and Bravo?
Yeah, just Lizzie and Bravo. So this is an very interesting lance setup here. Very heavy in Alpha, very heavy in Charlie. Ooh. And Audaeus, I believe, is generally one of the larger mech players, whereas Mech Warrior Numbers and Saleth are lighter mech players, and they're in the Charlie. So this might be more of a Gamma Theta with a Kappa Deny / Kappa Scout to see what they are doing, I think.
Yeah, so if I had to guess, Alpha Lance is a sort of strong light lance who's going to take Gamma and then think of taking Theta and or Epsilon and harassing the enemy, while Lizzie is probably in an assault. I would guess he wants to go to Fox 5, that large rock over Kappa. And then Alpha Lance kind of just pushes Sigma. Not too unlike our strat in Terra Therma, but not the same, of course, either. Just very heavy on the south side.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're loading into the game. Let's get into it. It is 2-0 to Vile's way. What are FJRD going to produce? This is the make or break game here for them in this series right here. If it's a 3-0, then, well, we're all done for the day. If not, we go to another game.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to bring. Let me just activate the scoreboard team display.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to definitely have a look at the FJRD side, see what's coming in this game. We've got an Arctic Cheetah, which so far has been SRMs in each time, I think. Kodiak 3, a Deathstrike, Osiris, Stone Rhino 1. We'll have to see where they're going with this.
The Cheetah is a kind of a weird pick. I hope it's 8 mag shots. Or AP Gauss, that is. Kodiak 3, that's nice. Nice.
Yeah, on FJRD. Was, SRMs.
Arthur. Yeah, he played it against us as well. That's right. Right. Broly. On the Vile side, they have the usual stuff. Kodiak 3, though. That's nice. A longbow overcharge for that agility and laser vomit. Let's see, Lizzie in the SR1, the usual AC-10s plasmas. Longbow is probably laser vomit. Yeah, ER large. 5 ER large in the longbows. That's very, very rangy for a longbow overcharge.
And just quickly, the Osiris over here is 1 medium X pulse, 1 small X pulse, and heavy machine guns. So that's an odd mix, I must say.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, SRM Cheetah again. Yeah, and ER large, ER medium Death Strike, sort of more your sort of not a trader, but not a mid ranger either. Kind of the mix build there. Kodiak 3 is 10s and ER peeps, and the Stone Rhino is 10s and plasmas. Kind of as you'd expect for those two mechs.
Leprechaun going for the Theta cap. 3 mechs next to it. He shouldn't get this. He shouldn't get this with this Overwatch, and he doesn't.
He needs to
they're
get
jumping
out of there right now. Yep, they're on. FJRD smell it. They see it, and are they going to get him or not?
Oh, they should. Don't play KG now, FJRD.
Oh no, they didn't, and they got a little bit of a back clip on him, but that was it. 3 mechs didn't take him out. Now that we will find out shortly whether honestly that could have won them the game or not.
That was smart. Still, they know Vile will have Overwatch, so better not overextend. But that was a chance to quickly leg it if they could get their aim right on the leg there.
Yep. And look what this has turned into, mate. Looks like quick play. Everyone up to Theta.
Yeah, FJRD leading with 3 caps though.
Yep. Right now, a slither of a 3 cap too. So what do you do as Vile now? Do you kind of just keep trading it out here?
Trade middle and send somebody to Epsi and maybe Sigma. See if you can take something else other than just hitting them here when where FJRD is strongest. You know, Sun Tzu stuff. Yeah. Don't hit them where they're strongest.
Well, Chimera's Kodiak actually hits harder than the FJRD one on trade for trade basis just due to the weapons. So interesting here. Chimera getting weak on the CT and the torso here, but also the FJRD. Kodiak. Oh no! FJRD Kodiak has decided to cross into the open here. He's extremely open torsos. Oh no. A mistake was made, I think. He should not have crossed here at this point. And he's just getting absolutely shellacked from both corners here from Vile. And gets taken out. Yeah, that hurts. FJD pushing in though. No, FJD said
nice.
No,
this is good. This is good if they don't give back shots.
If they don't give their butts here.
Chimera's down. Lizzie next.
Chimera is down. Lizzie is next. They're trying to leg him. Lizzie is cooking himself.
Ouch.
But Vile have come in to reinforce.
Yes, Vile responding heavily on that push.
Very quick response. And the only problem again is 2 of the FJRD mechs are kind of only just getting to the fight now. Their assault, so their brawlers kind of went in a little bit early into the full force of Vile.
Looks like that call to push Vile came too early for the assaults to do anything about the call, but they're getting online now. Look at these UAVs. Great job, both teams.
There's 100 UAVs in the sky there. No point even shooting them down. You can't. It's just too many. It's not worth worrying about anyway. Their strike will be cooking right now. I got Leprechaun in the back here. Egg shots actually being a complete and utter pest.
Scout Derek
that's really painful.
Does go down, but they lose 2 mechs for it.
This is a dirty brawl. dirty brawl here.
Yes, good try though. And what I love about this is a team not being scared to rush a strong team. This is like what weaker teams, if they perceive themselves as weaker teams, they have to do this to win. They can't be cagey against strong teams. They have to take away all that strategic ability of the experienced team and rush in, just completely throw them out of order if they can, into chaos.
Yeah, the timing of the like when the FJRD moved to push was good. Unfortunately, the Kodiak was already, basically dead, destroyed, taken out of the fight, and then the push happened. The problem was, again, similar to the Frozen match, I think. Oh no, the mix is... Oh no, we're just waiting for Cap, sorry.
Yeah.
Again, the 2 big boys from FJRD just were out of the fight then, and you can see from where the bodies are, it's kind of looking where the bodies like Revan, Wolfpack, Hamster, they all kind of died in this low ground before the majority of the bigs kind of got there. I mean, FJRD got Vile's bigs down, sure, but again, you're kind of 2 mechs out of the fight, right? Like it's, all your guns aren't in that brawl, it's rough.
Yeah. Let's continue from that. Just quickly go over the damages first. So on the FJRD side, Andy actually farming 500 damage, even if he kind of came online a bit later. Arthens, probably Arctic Cheetah with the SRMs doing some work at over 300 damage. Viper, I guess, dying quite early in the game. I can't remember, but 3 assists and 100 damage or so.
I think you got a lot of back shots from the 4 or 5 Vile crossfire.
Right. Yes, that was bad. That was very hurtful to watch even. On the Vile side, the Flea doing work, again with the mag shots. That's what the Flea does when played well, even if he almost got caught in the early game. But yeah, 2 kills and 400 damage. Same for Dubix's Vulcan, an old meta mech.
Lizzie and Chimera, though, kind of surprising. I mean, they did get jumped, but they must have dealt quite a bit of damage early, and obviously winning their trades at 500 and 470. That's
Yes.
quite a bit more.
They
Quite a
got
bit more.
online and they could continue being online as FJRD pushed in, unlike FJRD's assaults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Timing issues for
Yeah.
FJRD there on their movements.
I'll
Wanna
quickly
do a little
go.
quick
Yeah, go on.
map strat? Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
Just
So yeah, let's go to the map strat.
yeah.
So
Have a bit of a look at what happened.
here, I think Vile's early movements were on the sides, right? And then they converged.
Yep.
With Theta. And then FJRD took. Did they even take Sigma? I can't remember. Let's just throw the arrow straight into the middle.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, because FJRD had a 3 cap to
Correct.
Vile's
Yes.
2 cap.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. So before I forget, I want to say something that I almost got to say that earlier just previously. So when FJRD rushed in, it's not just that their assaults couldn't get online with their weapons, but it's also that they're not sharing armor, right? So FJRD's
Did
mechs,
you just say assault's not sharing armor?
they must share
dare
armor and hold locks, please. But yes. So Vile's assaults, right from the beginning, they are online in both ways. They are shooting, thus their damage, and they're sharing armor because they're getting focused. You have to kind of account for that and get your assaults online as well. But FJRD's assaults were in the back, not really getting online weapons-wise, nor were they sharing armor, or even holding locks, for that matter. So you got a 6 versus 8 against a 6-mech team whose movement is predictable, because they will target the assaults first. So that's a huge hurdle to compensate for. And that's why you have to send the assaults in first, even if they're kind of scared that they'll get farmed. There's that data cap structure they can hide behind if needed or something, just for a moment. But they need to take off the heat of the enemy Overwatch, so Vile's Overwatch, for a moment. They need to cost Vile heat and damage so the Lights and Brawlers can get in more unharmed.
Well, I think that you've just touched on an exceptional point there. Yeah, sure. FJRD did dive and kill the Vile assaults, but by that point, they had already used up quite a bit of their armor and dealt significant damage to the enemy, right? So, yeah, sure, you're going to lose the assaults, but they've kind of already done their job in that match the way it played out. They've dealt a shit ton of damage already.
Yes. Also, this purple line here from FJRD, if they push that way, I'm not sure, but there is enough terrain to, at least for a moment, quickly engage a light or a medium without Vile's Overwatch easily gaining access to your brawlers, because there's lots of that kind of low ground, ditches, lava streams, and so on. But going straight for the assaults, that's almost, I must say, that's almost like old meta stuff. Because if you rush and you take out the lights first, you still have a cap game to win. But if you kill the assaults and then you lose, there's nothing you can do.
Yep. I think the other one as well, and it's going to do this in the yellow, is when the FJRD push came over, they went this way and then that way rather than going sort of that way, and then they got shot in the butt a little bit, and then that hurt. That's where some of those low damage numbers came from. Some good butt shots from Vile, because Vile had like 4 mechs all standing here just shooting, like all of them just barreling whatever was coming in. So yeah, a little bit of a minor adjustment there too.
That is a textbook L formation, where you want the assaults to get rushed, and you know that the enemy will be backshot. That's just positioning experience. That's naturally what should happen, how you receive. Wow.
Anything else to add?
Yeah, that was much of it. So I like that FJRD tried to rush. I wish they executed that frozen push better. I know it's not easy. I've coached and played in teams that tried it, and it takes a bit of practice. It takes trust in just taking all that Overwatch fire in your face and just barreling through, trusting the damage, trust the DPS once you get there.
Yeah, it was a good idea, good plan. Just mechs and execution was just lacking on that. But hey, it definitely kept Vile busy. I definitely think there was a bit of oh shit, look at what's coming at us. And they were definitely in their face at that point. And again, what is it? Only 3 mechs alive on Vile. proves that, you know, like it was,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, very good, very aggressive. I like it.
Mm-hmm. So uh, I'm not sure if I should give pointers like this, but for FJRD to beat Vile next time, or any other team like this, check your builds. So that Flea on Bearclaw, it was inferior to Vile's APG. That's
Yep.
just straight out. If those two mechs are fighting over caps, it doesn't really matter who the pilots are because the mag shots just have that nice pinpoint damage at range. Get those rushes, like, be super aggressive. You need to be, if you're gonna rush, it needs to be super aggressive. Don't wait, just go straight from the start. What else? So this was a mech lab issue, kind of. Oh, and then of course the aim thing. There's not much to be said about aim, right? You just have to practice. But that Bearclaw mid game fight, or early fight even, FJRD just didn't make a dent in Vile's mechs. Even if both teams were clicking their buttons and projectiles were flying, they didn't hit, whereas Vile did hit, and that causes a massive, massive slope to overcome. In fact, it decided the game there and then, I think.
Yeah. And again, it does come back to if you're trying to trade 8, 9 ER large and you've got 4, you're going to have a problem. Like if you've got 2 mechs with
That
2
too.
ER large, 4 ER large, 2 Gauss versus, I think the Stone Rhino had 6, Execution had 4 or 5 ER large. You know, you're fighting 10 ER large, with essentially about half the guns. So, you know, it's hard to come back from that. You would have to have the best aim in the game. And I still think roles were reversed. Say that Vile had the mechs that FJRD had. Even Vile would still struggle to beat that amount of damage being sent downrange at you. You know, like it's a lot of work to counteract.
And this brings to mind, like, another very fundamental point. So reading signals and reading them correctly, be it scrims, be it matches, or whatever. So if FJRD debriefs Bearclaw match and they're like, oh, the strat didn't work, they need to account first that their builds were inferior, and that's going to make it individually harder for the pilots to do what they want to do. So actually the strat was okay, I'd say. It was fine.
Yeah, I think it was okay. Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
actually not too bad. And that left side coming back to that left side, that was the other one too, because Derek being legged and everything. The problem is Vol had that crossfire by then, and Andy got shredded. But again, they wasted Vol kind of wasted a fair bit of time actually killing Andy, right? So again, you've got to, like you said at that time, you've got to take advantage of that. And if they did, very different game.
Yeah, they almost savored that Stone Rhino of Andy's, who was tucked in between 2 buildings. What else was I gonna say? So yeah, that's a strat thing. So strat was fine. Builds not so much. On Terra Therma again, execution wasn't too good because, you know, they didn't bring their results online, but the builds were fine. Builds should have builds were enough for victory. And then
that was good. I think FJD kept the Vol guys a little bit on their toes there and a couple of drops, which is good to see. And they've got some. Well, you take away from that. Okay, there's a few things we can tweak here, turn some knobs there, and we can come back and do it next time.
Yeah. So 3 things: execution, strats, builds. They mostly had the strats fine, nailed down fine, especially that frozen push. I love it. Just get builds and execution
really good. Yeah, really, really good. Yep, I completely agree with you, mate. Anything else to add before we round out?
Not really. I do enjoy these post, and during game shows, so we should do them more in the future.
Yeah, I like doing a little bit of a 5-10 minutes before each cast, and we've got, I think, like 2-hour windows for each cast or something, so we can always get like a quick 10-minute chat in early or in afterwards and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll try and do that again, mate. All right, well, thank you for joining me after your game today. There was some good insight there as well before we kicked off, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks, Ash. Same to you. It was a pleasure.
Beautiful. Thank you guys all for tuning in. There are some more matches in, oh goodness me, 3-4 hours, something like that, with some casts and whatnot. So take a break, have some lunch, go touch some grass, and see everybody in a few hours. Thank you guys. Catch you later on.
Thanks. See you later, guys.